Okay, as you just saw, Dream went from an A- to a B+, so if he was Asian, this would be catastrophic. However, this is a clear signifier that the current generation of Minecraft YouTubers, it's coming to an end. They're over, say goodbye, because the new generation's gonna come in. So we as viewers deserve to know what this new generation's gonna look like, right? Because we're gonna continue sticking to the game no matter who the YouTubers on YouTube are, right? Well, after this shocking truth, not so much. So what is this shocking truth I speak of? What is the shocking truth of the next generation? Well, I'm just gonna break it to you. The next generation is dark. Darker than 2018. Darker than anything else before. Not only is Minecraft kind of at its peak and, very old, now Minecraft is gonna be ruled by terrible content creators. That's just how it's gonna be. So there's two major types of content that we're gonna see in the future, not only for Minecraft, but for YouTube in general. One of them is content for kids. Now the market for kids Whoa, no. The market for content for kids has recently exploded. This is mainly because there's more kids on the platform, and YouTube definitely doesn't have a platform specifically targeted towards kids, and YouTube is definitely made for kids and totally not for teenagers and adults. However, there's examples like Cocomelon, which a channel with 125 million subscribers and an audience of 2 years old has somehow reached. I mean, I don't know how 2-year-olds know how to subscribe. It's mostly probably parents subscribing, or they're probably using bots. I don't know. However, this is a clear signifier that the future is for kids. Now, why is this really bad for us? Because, well, kids are kind of stupid. I don't mean to be rude, but they don't have a developed brain, and so they're not as smart. And so they don't realize when they're being scammed, they're watching fake content. They don't realize when content is bad. And so people could make the most crappy, stupid, useless content, and kids would be like, good job. And so that's not good for the YouTube platform. That's not good for teens and adults. That's not good for anyone except kids and the people making money off of them. And we've seen YouTubers already buttering up to this type of content right now so they can survive in the next generation. The second type of content is shorts content. Now, shorts is a definitely original idea made by YouTube where the content is under a minute long, and so people can have fun watching it. You see, most humans have the attention span of a dead bird, and so they would much rather watch 31-minute videos instead of one 30-minute video. Now, this is mainly because an average human would probably leave 15 minutes through a video if they weren't too interested, and so YouTube would hate that video, they would hate that creator, they'd be like, screw you, I'm paying you nothing, I hate your content. But when YouTube realizes that someone's watched 31-minute videos, they're gonna be like, yo, I love you, here's the 2 cents of the $10 million I made off of you, thank you so much, like, we're gonna promote your content, good job, here's 1 million subscribers that mean absolutely nothing, let's go, right? And so basically what Shorts does is it gives you exposure, and a lot of people have been doing this. And since most people have the attention span of a dead bird, like I mentioned, people are gonna be making some serious exposure from just making this content. Now, there's many different examples of Minecraft creators who've risen to the top from just shorts, and now they're working on Twitch, making bank or making normal YouTube videos. And basically, if you want to give away your dignity and make money, now is the time, because these are gonna become oversaturated in a couple weeks or even months, because shorts is already very oversaturated, probably like 100 million people on there, and content for kids is going to become oversaturated. So if you want to give away your dignity, go for it. So that's all fine and good, right? I mean, although the future looks dark, that's what's going to be in the future, right? No. You see, YouTube is actually kind of nice over here. They actually don't pay people who make content for kids as much money compared to people who don't make content for kids. People such as Ryan's World don't get paid as much, even though they get paid so much. They're not paid as much because they make content for little kids. And so basically, like I mentioned, kids are stupid. They don't realize when they're being scammed or an ad has come on, and so they can't advertise stuff on their videos if they're making content for kids, and they can't have like sponsors because kids don't realize when they're being scammed, and that significantly lowers the amount of money they make on the video. And so that means it's going to be less appealing, because the main reason people are going to make content for kids is because it's easy views, and views is basically money, which is what they're going for. Also, shorts make like 2 cents per million views, just like TikTok and Instagram, and so it's going to be less appealing because, once again, they want money. However, they do get exposure, which means they could go on shorts, get like 2 million subscribers, and then make normal YouTube videos, go to Twitch, go to Instagram, go to any other platform, and just make a lot of money. However, there is one thing we never put into consideration. What if you lie to YouTube? What if you make content for kids and then just tell YouTube, hey YouTube, I'm making content for kids, teens, and adults, so you gotta pay me full? And that is exactly what a handful of YouTubers have done. done. If you make content and just don't check mark a couple boxes while releasing the video, YouTube's gonna pay you in full. They're gonna give you the full money. You can put ads, you can put sponsors, you're good to go. And even comments are gonna be on, so that's useful for you. That's helpful for you. It's helpful for YouTube, helpful for the kids, but terrible, and I mean terrible, for the platform. And so a couple examples of YouTubers who have been doing this recently is Preston and Afmao. Now Preston, we all know him, you know, he made super amazing content back in the day. Now he's kind of sold himself to the devil, and we all know Afmao making content for literal 2-year-olds. And basically what their content is, you can tell it's for a kid. It's like they're talking to a kid, but they make it that the video is for adults, teenagers, but anyone with the right mind would not watch that video, especially if they're over the age of 10. So that is the only real type of content that's going to stay in the future, right? Well, remember how I said a couple people are buttering up to the whole thing so they can remain in the future? I'll give you an example. Look at Skeppy. Skeppy's old content was amazing, okay? It was the most random content. It was almost as if Skeppy got on his computer and just said, I don't know what I'm going to record, but let's record it. And that's how he has thousands and thousands of videos, right? And that would sound like a terrible idea, but his content is so amazing, and people today miss his old content. But his newer content is more highly edited and almost feels like it's made for a child. So it's another person who's kind of, you know, moved on to the dark side, as I want to call it, because they're making content for kids because it makes more money, and that's just a new meta. And also it's going to help you stay in the next generation of Minecraft content creators, keep you alive for longer, compared to someone like Tommyinnit, who exclusively swears and does stuff like that, which would definitely not be allowed by YouTube, and so they would just say, no, you can't do this. And yeah, so speaking of the whole buttering up thing, there's a good chance someone like Dream remains, and he could be a bastion of hope. I can't believe I'm saying this, but someone like Dream could remain a bastion of hope for us teenagers and adults who enjoy the content. And remember, this isn't just for Minecraft, this is YouTube in general, because as there's gonna be more kids and they're not gonna abide by the law, and remember that you have to be 13 to sign up for YouTube, there's gonna be more kids, so people are gonna make more content for kids. And now channels who make content for teenagers and adults are gonna become gold mines, and they're gonna be loved, right? And so while some teens and adults might leave YouTube for Twitch, which don't even get me started on Twitch and what they're doing, however, as most teenagers and adults start to leave, it's gonna get worse. However, those YouTubers who make content for teens and adults, they're gonna become gems, and then they're gonna become oversaturated. It's basically just a repeat until the game Minecraft eventually dies. Speaking of which, this next stupid generation could also be the death of Minecraft, because most people who currently enjoy the game are between the ages of 10 and 15. And so if those people don't enjoy the content on YouTube, they're gonna be less willing to play, which means the game's gonna die out. So believe me, if you want the next generation to live, don't support the videos that are made for kids. It's just terrible. They're gonna ruin the game. Minecraft is still the most popular game, and do you really want it to be taken over by another game? I mean, it's kind of amazing how it's the most popular game. It has no violence. It's completely made for 10-year-olds, but even 20-year-olds can enjoy it, have fun, make videos on it, and get a lot of money. And yes, the future may look dark, but there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.